Hey guys, it's Michelle, and today's video is going to be a celebrity conspiracy theory video all about Brittany Murphy. So Brittany Murphy, if you guys don't know, is a very famous actress. I'd be pretty surprised if you didn't know who she was. She's famous for Clueless, Girl Interrupted, tons of movies. She is an amazing actress. I love Brittany Murphy so much, so I obviously don't mean any disrespect to her husband, or their families. Obviously, we're going to be talking about her death, conspiracy theories revolving around that, and there are honestly quite a few. And it's kind of scary. The theories are very seems pretty logical, like her father believes one of the theories, and I don't know. I want you guys to determine for yourselves what you think about the theory, but I'm gonna let you guys know what I think and what I believe in, but let's just get into the different theories. So starting with her death, on December 20th, 2009, Brittany Murphy died of unknown causes at the time, at the age of 32. She died in her house, and her mom was the one who called 911. And the coroner's report stated that she died of pneumonia and anemia, which is basically natural causes. But for a 32-year-old, that's a little confusing. Also, they said at the time that there was possibility of drugs, but we'll get into that later. But what made the whole thing super suspicious, her husband, Simon Monjack, had his own suspicions about her death and didn't think that they added up, because particularly she had a heart murmur, and if she were to take any drugs like cocaine or any illegal substances, she would have died, and they would have known it was because of that, because of her heart murmur, and it would have been in her system. But there was no drugs, illegal drugs like that found in her system at all, so there's really no reason to believe that she died of any kind of drug overdose. And especially this fact makes it almost positive that it was not related to drugs or an overdose at all, because this is just too out of the ordinary. 5 months later, her husband, Simon Monjack, died also of pneumonia and anemia, which obviously is very fucking suspicious. She was 32, he was 40. What young couple both dies of the same natural causes within 5 months of each other? That's not normal for young people to die of natural causes, especially the same ones, and especially knowing each other and actually being married. It's very out of the ordinary. At that point, her father and her friend Julia Davis had suspicion that Brittany had actually been murdered, and her husband as well had been murdered by possibly poisoning, but there are a couple of theories to go along with that. Her mother's theory involves house mold. So in 2011, Sharon Murphy claimed that she found mold in the couple's house when she was leaving, trying to sell the property. She filed a lawsuit against the builders of the home, but the autopsy and the coroner report kind of just debunked that whole theory, because there was no mold found in their systems and nothing to be led to believe that any of the mold had anything to do with their death. The next theory is the government. So at the time of Brittany Murphy's death, the weeks leading up to it, her friend Julia Davis, who was the Department of Homeland Security's whistleblower, she was being accused by the government of domestic security issues revolving around terrorists entering the country. It was accusations against her, but Brittany publicly stood behind her and publicly said oh, she wasn't guilty of this. And because she did that, she was under high government surveillance. She was even afraid to go back to her house because the government was following her around and tapped her phone. So she was very scared to be in her own house, because she knew the government was following her. Since the beginning of Brittany's death, and after her husband died as well, that's what led Julia Davis and Brittany's father, Angelo Bertolotti, to believe that Brittany was killed by the government. However, this theory changed once again, and this is the theory that I believe, because this is the theory her father believes. It has the most evidence, and quite frankly, it has a motive behind it. Plus, the government is a little too iffy to be the true cause because of the facts that her father found out. So the next theory would be that her mother, Sharon Murphy, was the killer. So Angelo Bertolotti, aka Brittany's father, believed that the government did have something to do with her death for a while, but he decided to do his own research, and in the toxicology study he found that there was 10 metals in Brittany's system, which was consistent with a dose of rat poison. So she had 10 like high-level metals, rare metals that were found in her system that are typically also found in rat poison. So this led Angelo Bertolotti to believe that his daughter and his son-in-law had been being poisoned by none other than Brittany's mother. So this is what kind of made me believe the whole theory. It is what he said in an interview with the Examiner. And this is a quote. So the quote from her father is, "Sharon Murphy should be interviewed and investigated, first and foremost. Let her explain why she had my daughter execute a will, leaving everything to her mother and specifically excluding Simon, her husband. Let Sharon explain why she decided to do this right after Brittany and Simon told her of their plan to move to New York and have a baby. Let Sharon clarify how she was planning to support herself for the first time in decades once Brittany moved away. Let her talk about auctioning off Brittany's underwear, passport, SAG card, and clothes. There are many unanswered questions that have to be addressed. Out of 3 people living together in the same house, only one survives and benefits financially." So her father makes it pretty clear that he thinks Sharon Murphy, Brittany's mother, should be investigated because they lived together and it would be very easy for Brittany's mom to poison the couple, whether it be in food or something like that of the sorts. And I don't know, it just kind of breaks my heart. Not only that, Sharon also did not call 911 for an entire hour after Brittany had reported to be like having troubles and saying like, she was like, Mom, I'm going to die, like I feel like I'm going to die. Her mom didn't call 911 for an entire hour. And with Simon, apparently she did not call 911 till almost 5 hours later. So almost 5 hours after he felt sick or was reporting that he was going to die, which is a little unsettling. And of course, obviously she ended up owning the estate and obviously getting everything Brittany owned because she made Brittany write a will leaving everything that she owned to her mother. I don't know. If you guys like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. So let me know in the comments what you guys think about this theory and who you think possibly did it. I genuinely think the mom is a potential, very, very potential suspect, but I think they said that they were gonna reopen this case relatively soon. So hopefully that they do. I hope that Brittany Murphy and her husband both get justice. So yeah, make sure you follow me on Twitter, Snapchat, and Instagram. I'm always posting my crazy conspiracy theories on there. Subscribe for new videos every single day, and I will see you all tomorrow. Bye.